Today we're going to look at some more digestive type labs. Today we're going to talk about a problem with digestion. Some people, especially as they get older, get kind of an overreactive stomach acid, where their stomach is producing too much acid. And sometimes that acid travels up your throat. Maybe you get a burp or something, and you get this burning sensation. And we don't like that. That doesn't feel good. It can actually cause damage if that happens too often, so we want to take care of that. Well, Tums is marketed. It's an antacid. There's different ones you could use. There's a bunch on the market. I just had these at home. I'm not saying you can use one or the other. I've got my indicator solution. If you need a refresher on how to make your own indicator solution, you can look at my video on making a simple indicator solution. It's made from the cabbage water. And here I have just a toilet bowl cleaner. This is going to simulate our stomach acid. Now it's got a bit of color to it, so it's not perfect. We want normally clear, but this is again what I had on hand. Whatever toilet cleaner you have on hand should work. You just put a little bit in there, and it's going to turn my indicator a nice red-pink color. That indicates to me that what's in here is acidic. That's how indicators work. It is changing color in response to an acid that I've added. Our stomachs have hydrochloric acid in it that makes your stomach acid nice and good for keeping bacteria down, helping break down food. It's very helpful, but it's got to stay in our stomach and not be too much. Tums are gonna help us with that. So in our lab, we're gonna say, our purpose today is to say, how do antacids, such as Tums, help out with indigestion, or more specifically, heartburn? Well, you tell me how you think. That's your hypothesis, your educated guess. How do you think the antacid helps out? I'm going to say it lowers the acidity of the stomach acid. You might have a different answer, and again, that's okay. Our method and materials is that we have our indicator solution. We have our toilet bowl cleaner. And you only need a teaspoon of that added. And we need antacid tablets, and we'll use 1 to 2. Okay, and a spoon. Then we're going to add tablets to our toilet bowl cleaner solution, and we're going to try and crush them in and see what happens. So for our results, in this one, we can draw a simple little diagram. It's got our toilet bowl cleaner and our tablets in the bottom. And I want you to kind of draw what happens. You can even color it pink if you want, and then show what happens after. So that can be our little figure. So let's take our Tums, which is your antacid, and we're going to drop it in. And we're going to see what happens. Well, at first, notice nothing is happening because it kind of needs to, normally you kind of chew these things up before you put them in. Before it goes to your stomach. You don't just swallow these things whole. You chew them up. So I'm just going to stir it in here a little bit. This one's not going to work well for me because it's not going to break up. So I want to crush this one and just kind of break it up in pieces before I put it in there so that it has a chance to work. This is just, again, a mechanical breakdown, a physical change where I'm breaking it into smaller pieces. I'm going to stir it in. Can you see the color is starting to change? As I stir these in and work them in, my color is changing from kind of that hot pink color, starting to get more purple. Now, if you remember from our little session we did on how an indicator works, this purple cabbage indicator starts to turn more purplish as it gets towards a neutral color. And as it crosses over from neutral to basic, then it starts turning blues and greens. But the super acidic is hot pink, and less acidic towards neutral is kind of a purplish color. So if you can see there, we've changed our stomach acid solution into a purple color. So I want you to kind of color or label that this is purple. It's also kind of murky from that antacid being worked in. And as it sits here longer, it's even getting a darker purple color. So what does that mean? Well, if you remember from our pH scale that goes from 0 to 14 and neutral in the middle, our indicator would be green if it was here, blue, and then clear and purple around neutral. It would be clear if it was perfectly neutral, but it's purplish color on kind of either side. And as it goes over this way, it starts getting super bright pink. So we went, oh, I'm backwards. Hold on, totally backwards. Whoops, let's try this again. Our pH scale from 0 to 14, acidic, we're super pink. And as we go towards neutral, we're clear. Over here, we're green. It's kind of blue, kind of purple. Well, we started pink. We started acidic. And when we added our antacids, it moved towards this purple color. So that tells me that, as a conclusion, antacids work by what we call neutralizing acids.